The opposition has succeeded in their attempt at halting the property tax implementation process. Today, Justice Frank C. Prasad granted an interim injunction against the Commissioner of Valuations, which blocks the state from receiving or issuing valuation return forms until June 27th. The initial stay granted on the submission of forms expired today, May 31st, and a legal team led by former Attorney General Anandram Logan made the application for a further protection order. There was some confusion over whether the forms and supporting documents could be submitted voluntarily. In his judgment today, Justice C. Prasad acknowledged that it is highly likely that the claimant at the trial would be able to establish that there was doubt as to whether this process to submit a return was entirely voluntary or whether it was one which was subject to sanction.
This judgment vindicates the position we have taken all along in this matter. We see it as an attempt by the government to deceive, trick and hoodwink citizens into sharing their personal information with the government in circumstances where they feel they have no choice except to comply with the government's demands, or else they could face criminal prosecution.
Justice C. Prasad said in democratic countries the dissemination of accurate information is of paramount importance. This so that people can make informed decisions which are premised upon objective facts in relation to requests that are made under the exercise of statutory power, and the state has an obligation to comply strictly with legislative mandates. This, Mrs. Prasad Bisesa says, is why they are pleading with the government to reconsider its position on the property tax.
Apart from the rising unemployment, we are also facing a very terrifying and horrible tsunami of crime, leaving our citizens at the mercy of criminals, and their savings being diverted towards protecting families and putting food on the table instead of filling and filing government coffers so that they can pay roaming and data charges for ministers, and for luxurious weekend parties, whilst citizens continue to suffer. We call again on the government to reconsider its position on the property tax.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley maintains any such action government takes would be unsound legal advice. Dr. Rowley notes government is prepared to go to the Privy Council if necessary.